Okay, so this is just going to be a short recording on the instructions for this assignment. Things were printed where they were kind of jumbled up at step 22, and I'm going to explain this in terms of how we're going to do this. Actually, I'm going to go back to step 20, okay, where it says add a new blank layer above the text copy layer, okay. So I'm going to start there, okay. So it says click on the text copy layer in the layers palette, which I've done here. Let me get my big green arrow, maybe that'll help. Then press the keyboard shortcut Command-Shift-N on the Mac. So Command-Shift-N, and then I'm going to name that Sparkles. Okay, so I've done that. Let's flip the page here. And load the assorted brushes. We're going to add, this is step 21, we're going to add some sparkles to our gold text to really make it shine. And we're going to use a brush for that. But first we need to load in some new brushes. Grab the brush tool from the tools palette, press B. So if I press the letter B on my keyboard, now I have my brush selected. Then right click or control click with a Mac anywhere inside the document window to bring up the brush options menu. So control click. Alright. And then click on the small right pointing arrow in the top right corner. So really for us it's this little gear. We're going to click that. And then let's see, flip the page. So now we're going to come down to assorted brushes. Okay, it doesn't really, it kind of jumped right there. Doesn't really say much, but I can see that we're going to come down here to assorted brushes. And this is where the instructions, where you're just pretty much going to have to follow me versus the instructions as far as the printout one. So I'm going to click on assorted brushes. It says replace current brushes. I'm going to say okay. And this is what it's going to load for you. Mine didn't change because I had already done this. Okay. Now you see this little crosshair looking like for these two. They're both the same brush. This one's smaller and this one's bigger. We're going to click on one of those. Okay. And now we're done with all that. We can hit the return key and make that go away. So you can see I have that brush now selected on the end of my pointer there, cursor. Only thing is we need to select a color now. So when you come over here and click on our dropper, then come here and pick a really light color of gold right here somewhere in our image. I'm going to say something like that. So it's a very pale looking yellowish gold color. Okay. All right. So now in the instructions, that was flip past instructions number 22 and go to 24. 24 says on step 24, this is the very last page on the back, with your brush selected and your sample color ready to go, click in a few random locations around the text to add some sparkles. Change the brush size after each click to add even more randomness by using the right and left bracket keys to increase or decrease the brush size on the fly. Adding sparkles is fun, but too many is too many, so only add a few. A couple of larger ones and a couple of smaller ones should do. And then fine print. If you find your sparkles look too intense, lower the opacity sparkles layer. Here I've lowered mine down 50%. So the advisement, and let's get our brush, is to lower the opacity. Now we can always increase opacity just by clicking more. The more clicks, the more opacity. So this way we can regulate our opacity. So I'm going to start with a brush this size, and I'm going to come around here somewhere where I can find sort of light areas that are happening somewhere on the text. I'm going to start right here. So if I click once and I move away, you can see it left a little just sort of shine, like glimmer right there, right? Now, if I clicked one more time, I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to show you what, like, maybe 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, looks like. Now it's a little more opaque. So that's because my opacity was down low. So maybe sometimes I want one that's kind of low in opacity. So let's just do 1 click there so you can see the variety and the difference. And that variety is going to be important. The only thing is, this is the same size as that one. So let me undo that and let me increase. So if I go to the brackets that are above the return key, the right bracket increases, the left bracket decreases. So let's say I get a bigger highlight here. And so if I click once, there's that. Okay. So now it's got a little bit different size, a little bit different brightness. Might should have one that's a little bit bigger, that'd be a little brighter perhaps. But anyway, let me come over here and try it on this one. I'll go a little brighter on that. Go over here, maybe decrease the size over here. So we got there. Maybe increase a little bit here. Maybe just once here. And maybe up here we'll go kind of big and kind of bright. So remember, you can get kind of carried away on this. So just as the instructions say, maybe be a little reserved on it. Maybe put some, take some out until you find a good balance of what looks good. I don't know if I like anywhere on this L. That was kind of good there. And maybe that might be just enough. So we got sparkles. Okay, makes it shimmer. Makes it flashy, bling. So let's crop this a little bit. We got these large black areas above and below. And so now I'm just going to drag this over, crop that a little bit, isolate it. And that's it. We're done. We have completed the assignment. So make sure and save that as a Photoshop file in your folder and then save it as a JPEG to turn in. Okay? That's it.